So you're still having chest pain when you're on the treadmill?
I am.
And it's the same every time?
Correct.
And goes away when you rest?
Yep.
Well, we have a choice today about how to treat that chest pain. I'd like to use a decision aid to help us frame that discussion.
Okay.
So we can choose today between using medicines alone or using medicines plus a stent.
Okay.
So the benefits of using a stent in addition to medicines would not be a reduction in heart attack or death. So when you add stents on top of medicines for stable angina like you have, we don't see a reduction in heart attack or death.
Really? I didn't know that.
So the benefit is actually in making you feel better faster.
Okay.
And so that's what we'll weigh. So of 100 people like you who have stable angina, those in the blue here, 47 out of 100, would feel better with medicines alone. There is a group that will have an added benefit with a stent, and that's 10 out of the 100. And those in the gray won't feel any better with either. But over time, this is at a month to a year, you'll see that those who take medicines tend to feel better as we go along. And the difference between medicines and stents gets smaller.
Okay.
So based on that information, what choice do you think you'd prefer?
Well, right now, I mean, it does look like there'd be, in a year, why not just go with the medications? But why don't you tell me about the risks of the stent?
Okay. So if you were to have a stenting procedure, there would be some risks involved, albeit rare. So of 100 people who undergo a stenting procedure, 2 out of 100 will have bleeding, and 1 will have a major complication like a heart attack, stroke, or death. So most people go through the procedure fine, but there are some risks associated. Now during the first year after a stent, you have to take a blood thinner in order to protect that stent, and that can lead to increased bleeding, 3 out of 100, and 2 out of 100 will actually develop a clot in that stent, which will lead to a heart attack. And that's for patients who take their medicines every single day.
Okay.
Now, just in terms of more information about what might happen in that first year, if you do choose medicines today, 100 people like you, most wouldn't need a stent as they went forward. Only 14 would actually go on to cross over to get a stent. If you did decide to do a stent, actually 7 out of 100 would need an additional procedure, so it's not curative. So based on the benefits and risks, which choice do you think might be right for you today?
Right now, I think the medicines alone sounds like a good choice. But would I be able to look at a stent down the road if I chose to?
Yep, we can revisit this each time. So we're going to add another medicine to help with your chest pain, and we'll reassess in a month or 2.
Okay, sounds good.